Eladim. At this time, I'm going to read you a book about Passover. This is a fun book, A Passover Story, Matzah Balls by Mindy Avra Portnoy and illustrated by Catherine Janus Kahan. It's not always easy being Jewish, but sometimes it can lead to miracles. It happened to me last year at the Orioles game at Camden Yards. Larry's dad had tickets to an early season game, and Larry had invited Dan, Kate, and me to go along. We are on our neighborhood softball team together, and he knew we had really enjoyed watching the Oz clover the Rangers. I was telling my mom how excited I was when her voice shattered my visions at home, runs flying away after the east of street. Don't forget, Aaron, the game is during Passover. Not hot pretzels, not cracker jacks, no ice cream. You'll have to bring your own food. Oh, Mom, Nora, how can you enjoy a baseball game without junk food? The other kids aren't Jewish and they'll all be able to eat anything they like. It's not fair. Sorry, Aaron, she answered. Those are the rules. I was really mad. It's not easy being Jewish, and sometimes it feels downright weird. Every year I have to explain why there is a sukkah in my backyard and why I'm always missing a great TV show on Shabbat. My friends think I am lucky because I get extra days off from school, and they said I have it made because Hanukkah lasts for 8 days, but I am not sure. Sometimes I wish I could be just like everyone else. Mom wasn't finished lecturing, of course. She told me how lucky I was to be able to celebrate Passover, Pesach, and reminded me that there were many times and places when Jews had to eat matzah in secret. She also pointed out that the Jewish slaves in Egypt had suffered a lot more than I will suffer by not eating cracker jacks for one whole ball game. But it was still unconvinced. After all, they didn't even have baseball when the rabbis wrote down all the rules about Passover food. I am sure they have made an exception. The day of the game was perfect, sunny and cool. Mom packed me a Passover lunch, matzah, tuna fish in a container, chocolate chip, macaroons, and those disgusting sugary fruit slices. When I arrived at Larry's house, he wanted to know what was in my bag. It's my lunch, I grumbled. It's Passover, so I cannot eat the usual stuff in a ballpark. Oh, too bad, he said. Then suddenly his face brightened. Do you have any of those great tasting Passover cookies? You mean macaroons, of course, I answered. What else do you think my mom will have packed? I love macaroons, Larry drawled. Okay, Larry, I'll let you have some at the ballpark, I assured him as I followed him out of the car. We drove to Camden Yards. Larry's father even had a special parking permit, so we could get into one of the lots near the stadium. We joined the flood of people going in. Lines were already forming at the food concessions, and wonderful smells filled the air. We brought our scorecards, found our seats, and settled in for the game. The 3 pitchers into the first inning. Lady, remind me about the macaroons. Oh, you have macaroons, sighed Kate. I love macaroons. She began to rummage through my lunch bag and found the fruit slice. This look good too, let's share. My lunch was fast disappearing, but I wasn't so hot on macaroons and fruit slices anyway. The game was a baseball triumph and culinary disaster. The Orioles scored run after run. Ripken was tremendous, Anderson was fabulous. The Bronx was dazzling, and I was starving. I tuned out Lady's dad at the thing for matzah, so I gave him some of mine. Thanks to them, the tuna fish was gone by the second inning. My friends were happily devouring my lunch, as well as every bit of hummus in the ballpark. By the 5th inning, I was hungry. I began to fantasize about opening a special kosher for Passover food stand at the Orioles Park. I prayed that the game wouldn't go into extra innings. In the bottom of the 8th, the Rangers had a pitching chance. My friends decided to head out of the concession stand one last time. I stayed behind, feeling sorry for myself. Suddenly, I felt someone tapping on my shoulder and turned to see that an old man had sat down next to me. "Hi," he said. "I noticed your lunch bag. It reminds me of when my mother used to pack a Passover lunch for me when we had to go out of the Evetts field." "You were at the Evetts field?" My mouth dropped open. "Sure," he said. "Those were the good old days. Ton of matzah and macaroons all over the place. You weren't distracted with buying junk food and could concentrate on the game. Know what I mean?" "Yes, I guess," I answered. And suddenly, I saw myself part of the Elvis Field gang. All those Jewish kids eating their Passover lunches, watching Jackie Robinson still in second. I didn't feel so alone anymore. "I still bring my own lunch," he says. "Here, would you like another piece of matzah?" "Thanks," I said, and turned back to the game. I ignored the sing-song of the peanut vendor and kept my eyes on the field. The new Rangers pitcher wasn't helping the team out at all. The guys at the corner, on a walk, and a single up the middle, bobbled by the second baseman. Cal was up to bat. A fast ball whizzed by the strike one. He founded the next one off the first baseline. 2 balls followed. The old guy next to me whispered a prayer. Just one home run called Dayenu. That will be enough. Dayenu means enough in Hebrew. Then I heard the crack of the bat and saw the ball heading in our direction. It was too late to grab my glove. The matzah was all I had. It will have to be enough. I held up in the air and heard the old man yell, "It's yours, Aaron!" The ball shattered the matzah into millions of pieces and fell into my lap. I clutched it and turned to thank him, but he had disappeared. Where had he gone? He's just been here. I have the matzah, or at least the crumbs, to prove it. You see how he gets the ball. When my friends returned, they nearly fainted when they saw the ball. "Congratulations, Lady," Dad says. "Aren't you lucky you weren't standing out of the concession line with us?" Now, if someone tells me there is no such a thing as a miracle, I just smile and show them my matzah ball. I wonder, through sometimes when I look at it, whatever happens to my friend from Herbert Field, and came to think of it, how did he know my name? The end. I hope you guys enjoy the book, and I like to wish you happy kosher Passover. Toda rabah, and I'll see you in school. Bye bye.